Talk. I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace. And welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. This is your Cultural Variety Podcast show. And I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA. And this is our Cultural Variety Podcast, Wednesday night sports edition. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's July 13th. It's a beautiful night. It's been a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful week. We have the rest of the week in store where it's going to be in the 90s. It's getting ready to get hot. You know how July do. You know, shout out to all those cancers born in July, such as myself. But tonight is Wednesday night sports edition. We're going to get it in. Like we always do every Wednesday, we got some hot topics for tonight. We're going to go ahead and talk about Brittany Griner. This will be our second time talking about Brittany Griner. We were talking about Brittany Griner. We actually did an episode back in March, end of February, early March, when we were pleading to get that sister out of jail over in Russia. So we're going to definitely talk about what's the latest on Brittany, what's been going on. And let me know, y'all, if I'm echoing or anything. I believe I turned my echo down, but I feel like I'm echoing. Maybe it's because I got my volume up. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know if I'm echoing or not. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Brittany Griner tonight. We're also going to go ahead and talk about those grand heels. You know the ones. Which ones? Those ones. Which ones? Those ones. Oh, I need to get by. You know, that Meth and Mary J joint, the Grand Heels, the dopest tennis shoe out back then. We're going to talk about that and how it impacted not just the NBA, but also hip-hop. So we're going to talk about the Grand Heels, and the Grand Heels are the GH2s. So if you definitely are interested in checking out the GA2s or ordering you a pair of those GA2s, you know what I'm saying, right there, then, you know, they run for about 120 to 140, you know. So, yeah, we're going to definitely talk about the Grand Heels. And then we're going to end tonight's show with talking about Steph Curry. Has Steph Curry moved up in the rankings? Is he the second greatest player ever? Is he more valuable than LeBron James? Is he going to have a greater career than LeBron James? Is he going to win more titles than LeBron James? What about Kobe? So, yeah, that's definitely what we're going to go ahead and discuss tonight. So, thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast. Let me know you're here, man. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share the video. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the podcast, but let us know you're here, man. Give us a shout out, man. We definitely want to hear from you. All right. If this is your first time to the show, we never start the show without giving it its flavor. And tonight's flavor, we're just gonna keep it real smooth because it was it's been a nice warm week, and we're only midweek. Some people call it hump week, some people call it Wednesday, whatever you call it. But being that it's the middle of the week, man, go ahead and you make the choice for what the flavor is. Go ahead and pour whatever you have going on. So if you got yourself a nice little beer on a nice night like tonight, or some wine, or some water, or a smoothie, or, you know, whatever you do, just enjoy yourself, be safe, but come on in, kick your feet up, and relax in the humble home of Coffee Talk Podcast. That's how we're going to do it. So tonight, we're going to let you go ahead and pick the flavor, all right? All right, boom. But listen, I ain't going to cheat you because you know I had some type of flavor, right? Today's flavor for me, man, and I can't even lie, man. It's a drug, man. I'm an ice cream fanatic, straight up. So today's flavor for me is that vanilla bean Oreo. So really, it's an Oreo Blizzard. You Take the extra Oreos, throw them joints in the middle, at the bottom, in the middle, and on top, slap that whipped cream on it, and there she is. There she has it. Boom, the Oreo Blizzard Vanilla Bean. Boom, that's today's flavor. All right, check it. And today's wise words. Are you ready for the wise words? Because you know we never start the show without giving it today's wise words. Well, today's wise words is a brother that everybody may have mixed feelings with. You know what I'm saying? When I mention this brother's name, but we're going to go ahead and give a quote by him. I'm going to just go ahead and say this. Tonight's wise words, this gentleman, man, you know, a lot of people might have different viewpoints, man, but I'll say this. They need people like him and Don King, man. You know, we missing brothers right now in those big places, in those big chairs, or, you know, sitting at the table, you know what I'm saying? So tonight's wise words is from no other than one of the realest brothers out there, man, and we're going to definitely give him his props. But Suge Knight, no doubt, we're going to go ahead and give Suge Knight his props tonight as the wise words. Just give me 1 second, if you don't mind, because I would be doing injustice if I don't get this brother's picture up there. And I know he's doing a bid or whatnot. And we don't knock no brother that's down, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, we need more Shugs and more Don Kings back, you know what I'm saying, that stood for the brothers and the sisters. So if you see anything on my screen as far as my files here, I do apologize. Just bear with me, and I'll be right there. Other than that, let me know what's on your mind. Tonight's Wednesday Night Coffee Talk podcast. You know how we do. You know, have you been checking out the NBA Summer League? Who got the dopest team right now? What do you think about that? Also, what do you think about your boy Chet coming out of Gonzaga, also coming out of my home state, Minnesota? All right, so there you go. There you go, my guy right there, Suge Knight, man. Peace to the God, Suge Knight, man. However people want to talk about him or point to him, man, that brother held it down, man, for a lot of brothers, gave a lot of brothers opportunities. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the wise words of Suge Knight. Tonight's wise words is this. Suge Knight says, I'm passionate about everything, like my friends and my family. Anybody I'm talking to is going to be bona fide real. There is no substitution for happiness, period. So anybody he's talking to, he says they real. And there's no substitution for happiness, period. And that is Mr. Suge Knight for tonight's wise words here at Coffee Talk Podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the show. We're going to go ahead and talk about Brittany Griner, man. So Brittany Griner, the young lady, plays for the Phoenix Mercury, 6'9", WNBA champion. You know, she went across the seas to Russia, man, because during the off season of the WNBA, they like to go get their other bag over across the seas. And, you know, she went over there to Russia playing in the league. She's been playing for about 8 years over there. And coming through customs, it's allegedly reported that she had some vapes in her luggage, and inside the vapes, they said that there was concentrate hashish, which is a concentrated marijuana. So you know she has some marijuana residue through in her vapes. So and I guess Russia goes real hard on that. You know what I'm saying? Russia goes real hard on that. And she's been incarcerated since October of last year. She's been doing some time, man. She's done actually total. She's done 140 days. So I apologize if I said October of last year. That wouldn't add up. It's been since about January. You know, so she's done 140 days in jail. And we definitely want to get the queen out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because here at Coffee Talk Podcast, we don't do nothing but give love to our people, and we support our people here. But yeah, she's currently detained in Russia, and yeah, since the end of January, the beginning of February, she's been there. She was found guilty. She just most recently had her court hearing, and she pled guilty, y'all. Yeah, she pled guilty to the hashish oil and the vape. You know what I'm saying? And the minimum time for that is 5 years in Russia, with a maximum of 10 years. People here in the United States feel that that's very harsh. However, people here in the United States is just the United States. They're not Russia, so you can't really call shots over there. A lot of her friends, NBA commissioner, is trying to get her back. Trying to get her freed in Russia. The president also, Biden, is trying to see what they can do to get her released. It's very sticky because when she got caught, that was right before the Russian-Ukraine war broke off. So, and now since those two countries have been in war, they haven't really been dealing with her case too tough. You know what I'm saying? She's just really been sitting. But she ended up having her case this week, her trial. And she pled guilty, and now she's just waiting to see how much time she's going to get. But the minimum is about 5 years. Now, some political, some political people that, that are in the politics, they say that Russia is using her as a ploy because perhaps they may want to use her as a exchange in prisoners, because United States may be holding a Russian prisoner, maybe not, I don't know, or some Russian people, I don't know. I haven't dug deep into that, but that's some of the chess games that politicians play with one another, especially when it involves two different countries. So unfortunately, the young lady was going through customs and she got caught up in another country. Man, look, you got to be on your square when you in another country. What do I mean by on your square? You just got to really not be making no type of mistakes. Wherever you get to, where you get to, and if they allow whatever you into there, get there first safely, but you can't play around with customs, And one of the problems that I have today, and what really made me want to bring her story up, is that I had seen some posts where it says, if it was LeBron James, they would have brought him home. If it was LeBron James, it wouldn't be going on like this. And my biggest problem with our people when it comes to that is this. Why can't it just be that she got caught? Why do we got to take all of the energy from what actually happened, take away the accountability from her, and point on a man that didn't have anything to do with it, LeBron James? Well, you know why. Well, those people that control entertainment and music, they like to, keep us divided. And that's what one of those technology ploys is that let's go ahead and talk about if it was LeBron, the feminist movements get into our people's ear. And they go, how about this? Say if it was LeBron, he would have been out. Let's create that stigma between black women and black men, because that's what I get out of that. How about we just say that, listen, Brittany, and we do want you out, Queen, no doubt. But you got caught. Period. You got caught. Nobody told you to go through customs with that vape, with that hashish. You got caught. Yes, we want her home. Yes, we support her. Yes, we'll do all we can to continue to put her voice out there so that people around the world would know that she needs to be free. Well, let's watch out for the tricknology, y'all. LeBron James don't have anything to do with this. But speaking of LeBron James, let's go ahead and talk about what he had to say on the matter. All right. So July 15th, LeBron James, he basically stated that how could she feel after spending over 110 days in jail? How could she feel like an American? It seems like America has turned their back on her. You know, LeBron went on to say that he knows how he's thinking how she would possibly feel that that if he was in her shoes, that he wouldn't even come back to America because he feels like America's turning their back on her, right? So LeBron is being supportive. But the thing that I have a problem with when he says that, when LeBron says, if I was in her shoes, I don't even know if I would want to come back to America. That's what he stated on his show, The Shop, on July 15th. That's what he said, right? The problem that I have, not just with that, but with the fact of all of a sudden here comes the corporates. Here comes the feminist movements. Oh, you can't say that, LeBron. And so he had to go and backtrack. Stop fucking backtracking, people. Stand your ground with what you say and believe in what you say. People are just going to have to deal with it. This is why there's the new media right now. We are the new media. The old media is out the door. Podcasting's taking over. We are the new media. But stand your damn ground. I'm so sick of people all want to be patriotic all of a sudden. Just because some news wire triggers you to go against people. Because the media tells you who to hate, who to love, what to like, what to eat, how to feel. That's the media. Malcolm X spoke about that all the time. The media is one of your greatest enemies. People are tired of the bullshit. And I don't really mean to cuss. This is Wednesday night sports edition here at Coffee Talk. But the reality is it is what it is. She's been in jail. Brittany Griner's been in jail for over 110 days. Now everybody can say, well, America needs to get her out. America needs to get her out. And that's a cool little battle cry, man. But the reality is that she's in another country dealing with another court system over there. A whole different game. And the reality is that she did get caught. So she just got a ticket here in America and moved on about her way? Yeah. And in the majority of the places in America, they wouldn't have did anything because it's legal everywhere. Was it legal in what? 38, 42 states? Between 38 and 42 states it's legal in? Let me know. Go ahead and leave a comment. How many states is they have legalized marijuana or hashish? Same thing. But yeah, so that's just my thoughts on this segment as far as Brittany Griner being in jail over in Russia, and it's been 3 months. We do definitely want to send our positive energy out to the queen. You keep your head up, and I know it's tough over there, and we just want to make sure you get home safely, queen. So we definitely want to give our shots out to Brittany Griner, but let's make sure that the narrative from these other news outlets don't get us going against our own black men. Let's not get us having gender wars against one another. Let's let it not have us fighting one another. We see the tricknology. All right. So, all right. So that's our segment for tonight, starring Brittany Griner. The next topic we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be the Grand Hills. Them GH2s. Yeah, them GH2s. You want a pair. There they go right there. Them boys was fresh, man. But we're going to go ahead and talk about that in a few minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead Give me 1 second here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit you with a 30-second break and a 30-second commercial break. And when I get back, we're going to go ahead and talk about those Grand Hills. I'll see you in a minute. Peace, 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 peace. And welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast, Wednesday night sports edition. And I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA. And this is our cultural variety podcast. Yeah, we here. It's Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night. What y'all doing? How y'all doing? Where y'all doing it at? Yeah, no doubt. A lot of things going on in the sports world. You know, what you think the biggest story is right now in the sports world? Go ahead and leave it in the comments. How do you feel about Kyrie Irving? You think he should go ahead and go to the Lakers and rejoin LeBron James, King James? I would love to see it. What about KD? You know, everybody's saying that Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz got 5 draft picks and 2 players or whatnot. 7 people total. That was too much and that it raised the bar, the market. And now there's not enough teams that can give up the assets to get a guy like Kevin Durant. You know, is this just a ploy? Is Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving going to both be back in Brooklyn? I would love to see that. I would love to see them with Simmons, man. Let's go ahead, man. Y'all can do it. I know the East is definitely tough. You got Toronto, you got the Miami Heat, you got they're not defending champs because they didn't win last year, but they won the year before that. But one of my third favorite teams, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be no bandwagon jumper. But my third favorite team is the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Yeah, out the Midwest. You know, so tell me what your thoughts are on the NBA. Also, the NBA is thinking about doing a season tournament, in-season tournament like they do in soccer. I don't know about that, man. I don't want them to get to twinkling too much with the game. You know, maybe adding the four-point line may be cool, but all that other stuff, nah, man. Don't get to doing all that, switching around, trying to get different types of playoff position, because you know you get playoff position based off wins and losses. Yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about these Grand Hills, man. You know what I'm talking about? These Grand Hills. These joints was dope. They was part of the NBA. They was part of the All-Star Festivals of 1996. And let's go ahead and talk about them, man. Grand Hill wore these Filas. These Filas are the GH2s. He wore these joints in 1996 for the NBA All-Star game. You know, and Grand Hill, I don't know if many of you know that, but you see that big F on the side of that Fila shoe right there? Yeah, that big F right there. Well, the big F on the outside or on the outsole of the shoe accounted for 10% of the company's overall sales. So they did pretty well with this particular shoe when it was out. You know, this shoe just came back out in 2018. A lot of kids is not sure because they don't know. But they'll know tonight. We're going to go ahead and give them the flavor like we always do. But Grand Hill has a lifetime endorsement deal contract. He's had this contract with Fila since 1994. And again, he wore these shoes in 1996 at the All-Star game. Another thing that made this shoe a crossover from NBA entertainment into the music scene was Mary J. Blige and Method Man from the Wu-Tang. Give it up for the Wu-Tang. You know Wu-Tang love the kids. But check it. Yeah, this shoe became popular, man, because Method Man was rocking this shoe in the video, man. If you definitely want to check out the video, you want to go to YouTube, put in All I Need. It's the title of the song by Mary J. Blige and Method Man. And you definitely see him rocking these Grand Hills right here. You know what I'm saying? The song is, again, titled All I Need, and a duet. It was a duet that came out in 1995. And definitely a smash, man. I think they won a Grammy. I want to say they won a Grammy for that single, because it was a very dope single. The video was very visual. And I want to do this because I like to throw trivia in there, and I like to get you guys to go ahead and leave comments. Go ahead and let me know who directed that video of Mary J. Blige and Method Man. Was it Hype Williams? Go ahead and leave a name. Let us know what your thoughts are on that. You're all I need to get by. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man. You're all that I need. I'll be there for you. If you keep it real with me, I'll keep it real with you. Yeah, that's dope right there. Definitely a dope song. But yeah, that's right there. There's Grand Hill up there in the corner, rocking those Grand Hills. Again, they can run anywhere between $120 to $140 for a pair of sneakers, man. But yeah, so that's our segment on the Grand Hill feelers. If you ever wore a pair, were they comfortable? Go ahead and let us know, man. How did they fit? Were they bulky? Sometimes feeler be looking bulky. You know what I mean? They look like a damn near like a broke off Timbo. But that's no cap. That's no cap. Because I do like the Grand Hills. I never owned a pair, but I do like those Grand Hills, man. Those are dope, man. I saw them at Champs one time. I was out there at the Mall of America taking a look at them, man, and they was all right. They're cool. They cool. I would get a couple wears in them. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like how the lace game is on the front, where they got it's like a fat lace, some type of band that goes across the front of those joints. But yeah, it's definitely a nice shoe. Tell me what if you ever rock these Filas? Would you rock these Filas? When's the first time you seen these Filas? Have you seen these outside of the video? All I Need with Mary J. Blige and Method Man? Go ahead and leave a comment. No doubt you are here at Coffee Talk Podcast, a cultural variety podcast show. And this is our Wednesday night sports edition. And right now we're talking about the Grand Hills GH2s. All right, so listen, we're going to go ahead now and we're going to get ready to go ahead into another 30-second commercial break. And when I get back, we're going to go ahead and talk about Steph Curry, man. What's y'all's thoughts on the chef, man? He's out there doing his thing, hitting shots from half court and doing what he do. But now they starting to say maybe he jumped ahead of LeBron as far as who is the face of the NBA right now, who is the top hooper in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? And is he gonna finish with a better career as far as this era? Because they pick somebody that's dope every era, until somebody dethrones Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So they saying Steph Curry's moving up to number 2. What's your thoughts on that? I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with a 30-second commercial break, and I will be right back. This is Coffee Talk Podcast. Yeah! Welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast, the cultural variety podcast show. And this is our Wednesday night sports edition as we talk about the chef, Steph Curry, and where he belongs right now as far as in the league. Is he the top dog in the league? He just won a championship with Golden State. He just won his first Finals MVP. Let's talk about it. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about the chef. Let us know. Do you think Golden State going to repeat? They're loaded, man. You know, there's been talk that Kevin Durant might go back. You know, they give up Wiggins and they give up. I would keep Looney. If I was Golden State, I'd keep Looney. But yeah, you might have to give up Wiggins. You might have to give up Andre Iguodala. Maybe. I don't know where he's playing at. You know, he's like an 18-year vet. And right now he's just good as a leader, man. He's a leader in the locker room, a leader at the end of the bench. You know, he motivates the guys. I don't know how much his bag commands as far as the rosters contracts, but yeah. So it may be Andre Iguodala as well. Who else would go out of there? Do you think? I know Peyton. What's their brother's name? Gary Payton Jr. left. He got a contract deal, and I guess he bounced on him, I heard. Let me know if that's factual. I think it was a 2-year deal for like $20 million. I don't know where he went, though. I can't remember. If you know where Gary Payton Jr. just went as a free agent, go ahead and let us know. Leave a comment. Definitely share the video, and definitely hit the like button, and definitely subscribe to Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast. You know. But yeah, there's people are saying on the sports shows this past week that Steph Curry is more valuable than LeBron right now. You know, that he's the face of the NBA. And here's my thoughts. I don't like how they disrespect Giannis. They don't want to give Giannis his props because he's not from America. And it's an American game. Yeah, Dirk won MVP. Yeah, Steve Nash won MVP. They both wasn't American. But, you know, they had the complexion for the complexion, right? So nobody said nothing. But this guy, Giannis, goes to the finals, goes to a game 7, drops 50 points, 14 rebounds, has a stellar finals performance. And not even a week after the Milwaukee Bucks win a championship, they start talking about next year. And they start talking about other guys. And they didn't want to just say that Greek Freak is the baddest player in the league right now. No question. No question. But who's the best shooter? You're right. It is Steph Curry, man. Man, and it took me a while to say that because, you know, I love Reggie Miller, you know what I'm saying? And I also love Ray Allen, a.k.a. Jesus Shuttlesworth. Those two had the purest jump shots that I seen growing up, you know what I'm saying? In my years of watching the NBA basketball. You know, of course, Larry Bird, the living legend, ambidextrous, can shoot with any hand. Living legend, number 33 for the Celtics. Those were shooters. But man, this dude, Steph Curry, it's hard to argue that he ain't the best shooter of all time. He really is. The boy is cold. He got a flamethrower. You know, and it hurts me every time I watch Steph Curry because I know my Timberwolves passed on him for fucking Ricky Rubio and another sorry motherfucker from Syracuse. Excuse my French, but you see how bad it bothers me? Yeah, I'm still mad about that. We could have had Steph and Clay. You know, Minnesota, I don't know. We just don't know what we're doing up here. You know. But yeah, let me go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are on Steph Curry. Is Golden State going to go ahead and repeat next year? How you been following their free agency? Who is their big free agent signing for this summer so far? You know, do you like that they play in San Francisco, or do you feel like they should have stayed in Oakland? You know, go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know. Hit the like button. Share the video. Call your friends. Like, man, the show's on, man. Coffee Talk's on. It's a good show tonight. Let them know to subscribe. You know. But other than that, man, I don't want to keep you any longer. I do want to say thank you for turning out to the show tonight. We're here every Wednesday for Wednesday night sports edition. So, we probably won't see you for another 7 days, but you can catch us either on Mondays for our cultural studies night, or you can catch us this weekend, Friday or Saturday, alternate nights where we just let our hair down and we go ahead and we just kick it, man. We have a good time. We have guests. We do what we do. So go ahead and stop in on those other days if you enjoyed yourself thus far. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to hit you with the universal peace sign. I'm going to say thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast. I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M. SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Right now. Win. Right now. Gone. Peace.